Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Thanks. Welcome to Networking at Scale 2024. We are really excited to see you all here in person. Meta puts together these Networking at Scale events, and for the last few years, it's been virtual. And so this year, when we decided, hey, you know, let's get the at scales in person. They're all about bringing together the community. We have a number of speakers here from, of course, Meta, but then also Microsoft, Alibaba, and Sandia National Labs. And then get all of the folks who are networking enthusiasts into the same room, have a great conversation, engage throughout the day. So really, this is our first Networking at Scale of the decade, which is weird to think about, but excited to see you all here today. Now, the theme for today is AI networking, large-scale AI networking. This is no surprise. We actually had the same theme last year. But if you think about it, what's happened in the last year? What's happened in the last year in AI? Raise your hand. Who has used a generative AI or a large language model? Please, everyone should raise your hand. But it's incredible, actually, what's now available on at the fingertips for everybody. And in fact, just a personal story. I was on some vacation with my family, met up with my parents who are in their 80s and avid WhatsApp and Messenger users, but they had actually not used any of the generative AI. And I said, hey, you know what? You use Messenger, just bring up Meta AI and start doing this, like Imagine Me. And they had to take their pictures, right, to kind of get them. But then they said, oh, imagine me. And it was so fun to watch my parents kind of think, oh, what my mom is visioning, Imagine me dancing in a Filipino dress doing this. Or my father, who he has a kind of a nuclear engineering background. They live in Oak Ridge. And he was like, oh, imagine me as a physicist in front of a blackboard, and kind of drew all this stuff. And really fun to see. This is all what's now available at our fingertips. But it doesn't just happen like magically, right? We all know here we're part of infrastructure, network infrastructure. We've been all working for many years to get that now to be here and available, right? And again, there are designs, there's how we actually kind of build all the pieces, but then getting it to work at scale in operations live for millions of users is what we're going to cover here today. So there are a few themes for the talks today. The first one is that this successful AI is an end-to-end problem, right? We focus a lot on the data centers, and actually we'll cover some of the data center designs at Sandia. But then we're also going to go into what's the end-to-end network, right? What's required of the backbone and of the edge to do successful AI applications. First theme. Second theme is that this scale of networking and AI models requires great operations, right? You can build this out, but the order of magnitude increase in size and model complexity requires great operations. We trained Llama 2 on a couple thousand GPUs. Fast forward a year, Llama 3 was trained on 16,000 GPUs, and we made a couple of 24,000 GPU clusters. We're looking at even bigger. So when you look at that size, right, GPUs is one thing, but the number of components there, you're looking at GPUs, CPUs, memory, NIC, optics, switches. All of these things have to work together well, and if there's a problem, you have to kind of find that problem fast, fix it fast, and get the job back up, right? Because these are jobs that take weeks, if not months, and any downtime is really downtime in getting, for us, the next version of Llama out, and we don't want that, right? We want to get that out as quickly as possible to the community. Last theme, right? So end-to-end problem, great operations, but it's also a full-stack problem, right? This notion of co-design we've talked about in terms of how do you design models that take into account the network's capabilities, and then maybe vice versa. How can you redesign the network and the models together? They can influence each other's design to get the best performance out. It's not just about changing the network, it's about changing the models to get that performance. And we have several talks that will cover that as well. If you're, I hope you all engage, right? Because we've got also after each set of talks, a panel where all the speakers will come up and respond to your questions. There's a QR code that you can scan and submit your questions. So please do that, because we're going to have those live panels going on. That's all I have, right? So on behalf of actually all the speakers and all the organizers, I can safely say that this is an exciting time to be part of networking. People like to say networking is cool again. I've always thought networking is cool, by the way. But it's especially cool, like when our friends and family are talking about AI and what the revolution that's happening, not just within networking or industry, but really in society as a whole. We all know that we're part of this, and there's a lot that has to go on underneath. So I'm really excited for the day. Please engage, and look forward to seeing you and talking throughout the day. Thank you.